Welcome to Bruins Overtime Live, presented by BuyAToyota.com. For offers not seen on TV, visit BuyAToyota.com. Alongside Billy Jaffe and Barry Peterson, I'm Dale Arnold. What a difference a day makes, huh? I think there was a song like that way back when, but notice there was a little difference here tonight as opposed to last night.
Yeah. Emotionally invested. You get emotionally invested, the mind leads the body, so they were then physically invested in this game. The complete antithesis what we saw last night in Columbus. We saw the Bruins take it to a team in Columbus that is nowhere near as good on the road as they are at home. Columbus was very good with regard to getting the crowd behind them last night. They were very good at getting open ice, and the Bruins gave it to them. In this game, the Bruins took it to them, and that was the difference. Bruins taking the game to somebody instead of letting them play the style they want.
Yeah, I agree. And I also think, as we had talked about in the pregame, too, you're going to have in an 82-game schedule, you're going to have games like you did last night. The difficult part for the Bruins is because you had such a poor start, you cannot afford that, and you cannot afford to get back-to-back efforts like that. So it was a really good response, as you talked about, Billy. And it was nice. They had some energy. They had layers. They had structure.
Everybody going.
Yeah, a good penalty kill, which, again, last night you didn't have on the road.
Fabian Lysell made his National Hockey League debut tonight for the Boston Bruins. While he did not get his first NHL point, he was instrumental in the game's first goal.
Yeah, and I thought he looked pretty comfortable throughout the game, Billy, when he did get some ice time. He does a really good job as the Bruins get this in the neutral zone, get it in deep. Lysell picks it up and does a good job with puck possession, protecting the puck. He reverses it to Brazeau. It goes back to the point. Brazeau doesn't stay in the corner, though, Billy. He goes right back in front of the net. And Tarasov should have controlled that rebound. He didn't. Bruins will pounce on it.
Yeah, here's the pace that Lysell is going to create this opportunity by getting to the puck. I love that play. I wish you could teach it to kids even more. You skate into it. You keep the energy, the speed going low to high, and then the rotation as the puck goes over to the right side. Couldn't agree with you more. If that was a Bruins goaltender, we'd be like, come on now, you got to catch that one right there. Tarasov's going to have it go up high off from Dale, and he can't corral it. And right there, all of a sudden, everybody's disoriented. Everybody's discombobulated because you're thinking your goalie's going to make that save. Instead, he loses it. And now Brazeau, to his credit, wrong reach, but also secondly, he focused the entire time on the puck. He doesn't do any flyby. He stops. He finds it. He swats it in.
As we talked about last night's game, scoring at 2:28 in the first period was very important for the Bruins.
In last night's game, not to keep comparing, but there was a play that Charlie McAvoy made where he tried to pass the puck in his own end between his skates, and things didn't go so well.
Didn't connect.
Yes. There was a nice way to put it. You're always looking for the positives in everything.
Oh, yes, Mr. Kind.
Well, tonight we saw Columbus Blue Jackets defenseman try to do the same thing. Almost the same results, only worse.
Right, and so it's Damon Severson, and Morgan Geekie's going to be the one who feasts on this turnover. It's going to start, though, with a good breakup. Barry, you always say this, your offense starts with your defense. You got to have good breakouts, et cetera, et cetera. Bruins do that here. They get it in. All right, puck gets by Tarasov. Here's the good pressure. Now watch Severson. He's going to end up getting the puck back. He kind of puts his D partner in a tough spot to begin with. And then he puts his entire team in a bad spot by putting it through his legs, not 100%, but 1,000% sure that play is going to work. It doesn't. Morgan Geekie gets it, and he rockets it low, kind of just about 12 inches off the ice, past Tarasov.
Yeah, and as we talked about second intermission, Billy, as Geekie drifts to his left, gets Tarasov coming across with him. These types of plays right here that look simple, with the Bruins forechecking, we didn't see enough of last night.
No, we didn't.
We didn't. We kept talking about, yes, they have a very quick hockey club, offensively minded, but they're not that good in their own end. And I think this simple forecheck kind of showed that. And, of course, Stevenson, with the giveaway, helped things out.
Star of the game is presented by Subaru of New England. Fall in love with a brand new Subaru. Morgan Geekie not only had a goal in this game, but he also assisted on the David Pastrnak goal. In his last 7 games, 7 points, 4 goals, 3 assists, plus 5, by the way. 18 shots, a couple of game-winning goals in there as well. Tonight, as we said, a goal and an assist. He was terrific.
What was it now? Points in 6 of 8 or whatever you've seen in his last 7. It's been good. It's been real good for Morgan Geekie, who came out of was he in an early season funk? He was absolutely not playing anywhere near like he did last year. And that's really the barometer that we have for him because he has a quote-unquote career year last year. So we're looking for that same type of thing at the very least, right? Getting the opportunity. He just couldn't get his legs going. He seemed to be, maybe the style of play with regard to holding on to the puck more, waiting for quality over quantity, didn't work as well for him as that they're doing under Joe Sacco, where it's more of a straight line, quantity over quality type thing, flushing pucks to the net. That probably plays into his style of a player more.
Yeah, a little bit. I also think, too, you talk to some of the players, you listen to them, they didn't really have a training camp they felt this year. We look at the guys who got off to slow starts. It's all the big guys, right? The guys that need their skating underneath them. To your point early on, I thought he just had, in the season, again, like these big guys, we got off to slow starts. Too many quiet games. You didn't really notice him. The last 6 or 7, he gets those legs moving. He's getting physical. He's releasing his shot. You're noticing him every shift now.
Chase and play more instead of making plays. And the big guys need to make plays.
David Pastrnak went out of Monday's win against Washington in the second period, did not return. After the holiday break, he was able to play last night in Columbus against the Blue Jackets. Played again tonight, but I thought had more jump than he did last night as well.
No question. No, the 3 days was really good for his recovery, but I think that the legs got probably a little tight and he didn't have that explosiveness that we need to see. And we haven't seen it as much this year, but here he goes. He gets just enough separation. He checks over his shoulder. He waits. What I loved about this, Barry, is I felt like watching him on the breakaway that he was going to do something that I wasn't sure what he was going to do. Does that make sense? Like at times we were waiting for him on certain breakaways and like you almost, I don't say knew what he was going to do, but it didn't seem as unpredictable. Here, 1, 2, 3 moves. Tarasov is dancing right there.
I think Tarasov was trying to figure it out too, but I thought one of the keys was to this play, Billy. He's right about here. He'll look back. Right there. He looks. He knows he's got room. Okay, now I know I'm 1-1. Let me do a little shake and bake. So he's had a couple of breakaways tonight. He had a slap shot down the right side that we talked about we haven't seen for a while. Really good sign when he gets in the open like this. Just give that little shake and bake and then roof it.
And you see how wide he gets in his stance too. That's the new way of doing it. You keep your skates on the ice. You still create speed though with it down. But what that does is that creates even more deception, wider stance, so you can also defend against perhaps somebody coming from behind you. That really was the first time we've seen it like that. And Razor had some good stats, too, late in that third period about his breakaway success. I didn't realize he had 9 of them this year. Didn't feel like
it didn't.
Just first one, though, he scored on.
In the Monday win against Washington, the Bruins killed off a 5-minute major penalty called against Oliver Wahlstrom. Last night against Columbus, they were 0 for 3 on the penalty kill. And ugly.
Yeah.
Tonight, Mark Kastelik gets a double minor. Deserved. He should have gotten it for high sticking. And the Bruins penalty kill looked like it did on Monday.
It did. Winning faceoffs, obviously key. Then the way that they work the puck down low, and then they move it out, Barry. They move it out the ice quickly, and then they attack in really good areas. They got fortunate on that one. The guy was open in the slot area, but then they turned the puck back up the ice. I thought in general the aggressive nature of the PK was very key.
I thought they were a lot more connected. Don't you think?
Yes.
Well, tonight there was no big gaps. When one guy was going, everybody was supporting each other. They only allowed one shot against. And as Dale had mentioned last night, the penalty killing was so poor, especially in the second period, when the Bruins did a great job tonight killing off this. And that was a key part of the hockey game. You had the game under control. Right? You're up 3-0. All of a sudden here you got a double minor. They could get a couple of goals on you and get right back in. They did a good job, and they got momentum off this and gave Columbus nothing.
I've never understood this. I talked to you guys about it. At home, Columbus has the 3rd best power play in the National Hockey League. On the road, they're 29th. Same guys, same ice. How can you be so good at home and so poor away from home?
You don't think Dean Evanson asks that?
Every single day.
Yes.
It's amazing what just the mindset of being, even though the rinks are the same, the width, the length, everything's the same, just the mindset of a team, the confidence of a team at home versus the road.
How about Werenski last night compared to tonight?
I mean, last night looked like an all-star.
I thought he was Robert Gordon out there last night. Man, oh man. Huh?
Jeremy Swayman.
I'm not touching that one.
No.
I'll let you go there.
Yeah. Jeremy Swayman in his last 2 starts had to face 11 shots against the Washington Capitals.
Yep.
Tonight he only had to face 18 shots against the Columbus Blue Jackets, but when needed, he made some key saves.
Yeah, he did. First shift of the hockey game, I can remember a couple, Billy. And then
right here, early on.
Yeah, and then also it seemed in that first period in particular, a couple of them were self-inflicted as he was having trouble, giving it to his defenseman as well, that transition puck. But he was there, and we talked about the pregame, Billy. This is one of those games where the Bruins last night against Columbus, right there. There's just missed the side of the net. But last night, Korpisalo was left out, hung to dry. He was just, they didn't support him. threw them to the Wolves. Obviously had too much time off, and they were a little rusty. Tonight they showed up for Swayman.
They did. And after he stopped kind of handling the puck here and there and not making it easy perhaps at times, settled down. The whole team settled down too, because look, one play by your goalie can really be disoriented.
James
it quickly does, right.
Really
he didn't, and then he made some good saves for this team.
You see Swayman's stats in the last 5 starts. 4-0-1 record, 1.57 goals against average. Has a shutout in there. Tonight posted the 14th career shutout, and after the game spoke to our own goaltender, Andrew Raycroft.
Jeremy, huge bounce-back win for you guys. Going on the road, tough day yesterday, super tough day. You come in there tonight, knocking the rust off. Great first period, huge win for you.
It's excellent for our team, and just the way we can bounce back and get it done in our home building. Really pleased with the way that they came out, and we had a start. We played a full 60, and that's something we've been working on and wanted to push for. So it's a great start for the second half.
You're 7-1-1 in your last 9. Not sure if you knew that, if you've been paying attention, but 6-0 at home in your last 6 for your team. And you just brought up the home ice. You have to win on home ice. You guys are finding ways to do so again and feeling really good on home ice.
We are, and we owe it to these fans and ourselves. And we work so hard, and obviously we had some adversity, but the way that we all embraced it and didn't let the locker room get away from us. That's something that we built on, and we're prideful of that. So no matter what comes our way, this is a group that's going to get through anything and make us better for that. So this is one of many, and we're excited for the next one.
What was the favorite present you got this week?
I had some good Italian food, so I was pretty happy about that. But no, what my favorite present was, Razor, is getting a nice goalie session from you this summer. So couldn't have happened without you. So thanks for everything.
Yeah, that was an early present for you. Good job.
All right, thanks, Razor.
You got it.
That goalie union is really something, isn't it?
It's the
alive
GPA,
and well.
the Goaltender Protection Association. GPA.
Is that a government group?
It is.
Yeah, okay.
Plenty more to come on Bruins Overtime Live. We'll get reaction to the Bruins win tonight against the Blue Jackets, plus Andy Brickley goes one-on-one with head coach Joe Sacco after the break.